All right, so I'm just going to convert two complex numbers now from polar form back into rectangular form. Okay, so in the form a plus bi, the form in which we first encountered complex numbers. Okay, the angles in these questions can be in degrees or radians modes. Just make sure your calculator's in the right mode. The two examples I'm going to do are from your book on page 284. They're both in degrees, but a couple of the questions they want you to do are in radians mode. So just be careful to put your calculator into radians mode and then take it out again when the next question is in degrees. So the first one here, in polar form, I've got 4 times the cos of 135 plus I sine 135. So 4 cis 135. Okay, these are straightforward enough. You're just going to evaluate them. Okay, so 4 times, and just figure out the cos of 135. I'm in degrees mode, so that's fine. So cos of 135 is minus root 2 over 2. Plus I times the sine of 135. So sine 135 is equal to root 2 over 2. So I times root 2 over 2. Multiply the 4 in then. So 4 multiplied by minus root 2 over 2 is minus 2 root 2. And 4 multiplied by root 2 over 2 is just going to be plus 2 root 2. So plus 2 root 2 I. Okay, so that's my rectangular form. Okay, A plus B I. All right. I think you'll see in the example in the book they get 1 over root 2 and minus 1 over root 2 and 1 over root 2 there. That's just the same thing as root 2 over 2. All right. The next example then from the book is right in the form a plus bi. So convert into rectangular form the complex number root 2 cis 405. Okay. Now if they give it to you as cis, I would just write out in full what cis means. So Z2 is equal to root 2 cos 405 plus I sine 405. I think that's the form they give it to you in the example in the book anyway. We'd never write a number in polar form using 405 degrees. Okay, all our angles, all our arguments are going to be between 0 and 180, or minus, or up as high as minus 180. But they can give them to you in questions like this where you're asked to go from polar into rectangular. It doesn't matter, we do it the exact same way we did the last example. Okay, so just evaluate it. So root 2 on the cos of 405, make sure you're in degrees mode. So cos 405 is equal to root 2 over 2. So again, the book's going to write that as 1 over root 2. It means the same thing. Plus I times the sine of 405. So root 2 over 2. So they picked two angles here where the cos and sine is the same. That's obviously not always going to be the case. Multiply those in then. You might be able to do this in your head, but just in case you're not, or to be sure, root 2 multiplied by root 2. Root 2 multiplied by root 2 over 2 is equal to 1. Plus, and root, it's going to be 1i as well. Okay, so Z2 is equal to 1 plus 1i. Okay, or just 1 plus I. All right.